All right, guys, going to do this one a little different today. We have a bit of an unboxing, and I'm going to jump right into the review of it. This is the first time I've opened this package, but I knew what they were sending me, so I was able to take some notes before even doing it. So, of course, it is a Monta. This should be the Noble Voyager. Aha, they sent the green one. So there's two colors as far as I know right now. There's a green one and a blue one. They sent over the green one. It's been a while since I've handled a Manta, and I instantly reminded how beautiful the finishing is and just how smooth and comfortable they are. Their edges are all kind of rounded off. Their polishing is super bright, and their finishing is just top notch. So before we get too deep into talking about it, we need to get this thing running. So we're going to go ahead and wind this up. Inside is what they call the Caliber M23. It is their if we can get this running, this is their GMT movement placed within this Noble. But it should be, let's see if we can get all hands showing here. Should be, I mean, the reason a company would they label it themselves, like M23, is it gives them the ability to source whatever movement might be available at the time. In this particular case, it should be the Sellita SW330-2, which adds some more anti-magnetic properties and also offers a taller or longer power reserve, 56 hours. Now, they could have went with an ETA, but honestly, the Sellita is probably a better choice because of the added power reserve. But you can see they have custom rotor there, display case back, really nice, 150 meter water resist. Now let's get into the size as we take a closer look at this thing. Beautiful green colorway on this one. The case on this one, I'm going to tell you what they say. So they say 38.5, 47 lug to lug, 10.7 thick, 20 millimeter lug. Now, let's go ahead and confirm those measurements. In case you didn't know, I actually measure all the watches when I video them. So I'm catching a little bit of the bezel at 38.6. If we do just the watch, it is actually 38.5. So the bezel is just a little bit wider than the case. It's nominal. So 38.5 is true. The lug to lug, yep, I'm at a bit of an angle there. So 47. And then the thickness, I measured 10.9. They said 10.7. 20 mil, the bracelet taper goes all the way down to 16 millimeter, and then the crown at its widest point should be just under 6 millimeter. So those are all really good measurements. No problem there. Screw down crown, 150 meter water resist. We already talked about the movement, the Caliber M23, otherwise known as the Sellita SW330-2. You can see the GMT hand is skeletonized and completed its journey with a little bit of BGW9 out on the tip. Nice framed date window. As you can see, I've mentioned this before, that's a proper way to date it or to frame a date window. It is not flat with the dial, but it's like what I would call Frenched in. It's nearly flat with the dial. It only sticks out nominally. You have those really nice high polished applied markers. These hands are rhodium plated and they're diamond cut. So I don't care really how close you look, they are going to look very sharp and clean. You have that 24-hour track going on the inside, so you can track that second time zone. Now it will be what they call a caller's GMT, so when we adjust the time, but the pro to that is, and a lot of people will agree with me on this, I don't want to say I'm tired or sick of it or whatever, but like the argument for a traveler's GMT versus a caller's GMT is it's literally just like got to be a 50-50 split, because with the caller's GMT, meaning that when we play around with the hands here, so when we come out one position, we go forward only with the 24-hour hand, and then if we go backward with the crown, it's a quick set date. So that often is much more convenient. Nice snappy feel to that too. Some of the earlier Sellitas and even ETAs were very dull feeling when you did the 24-hour adjustment. This one has a really nice click to it. You can feel it. So backspin the crown, feel the threads, go ahead and tighten her back down. But my point is, with a collar GMT, you get that quick set date. And I'm sure, like me, many of you guys have arguably too many watches. So with my automatic watches, I let the power reserve deplete and they sit idle. So when I go to wear it, sometimes it's nice to just be able to have a quick set date. So there's valid reasons to have a collar or a Traveler's GMT. Now on the Clasp, we have that patented button thing there that snaps into that hole. That is very cool. They're the only ones doing it. It's like patented or patent pending. And you just pop that up. And then you have a quick adjust. Very nicely done. And it's hard to tell, but yeah, we look like we have ceramic balls in there. So those will never really wear out. And we have really nicely done screw pins. So let's pop this guy on wrist. Check it out. They are on pre-order right now. This is going to be a snapshot in time. We're in July of 24. They're supposed to ship late August of 24. So they're pre-order right now. And I think their pre-order is kind of like being fulfilled, or not sold out necessarily, but they're getting towards the limit of what they were going to do for the pre-order, I think. Price point, just over the $2,000 price point. I know a lot of people are going to grumble about that. Yeah, it's a lot of money. I get it. But Monta is making some amazing, beautiful watches. And this isn't what they come in. This is just for like service and stuff. That's like a little travel pouch. Their box is awesome. They do a really good wood box. I've shown it. If you look at some of my older Monta videos, you'll see it, because I've owned a couple of Montas in the past. The lume on this is going to be BGW9. Let's give this a quick blast with the UV light. Let's turn off the studio lights and check out that lume. Beautiful looking watch. Big thanks to the guys over at Monta for sending this over so I can check it out. Check out that lume. Heavy application of BGW9, and I like that skeletonized, tipped, lume tipped GMT hand. It's it's very appropriate, I would say, for this watch. Their designs and their execution is just phenomenal. Their earlier watches were spectacular. They've evolved into just being an elegant, high-end, entry luxury watch. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.